That's why, Mr.
No,
Chair,
no. Yes or no lang po.
correct, but can I explain my answer, Mr.
No,
Chair?
we already heard what your position is.
Buenos dias, amigos y amigas. I'm happy. I'm back to my happy place sa Vlogcaster Studio dito sa Luzon, somewhere in Luzon. At minomonitor po natin yung hearing ng SMNI at bigyan ko muna kayo ng kararating ko lang galing sa airport, amoy eroplano pa tayo. So, is to summarize, hindi dumating, no show yung mga anchors ng SMNI. So pinapahabol sila ngayon ng mga congressman, ng mga miyembro at opisyales ng Congress Franchise Committee. I'm sure baka one of these days baka ma-contempt pa sila. Baka mapakulong pa sila dyan sa Kongreso. At pangalawa ay no show rin yung matapang daw nila na yung appointed son of God, si Pastor Quiboloy. Although hindi naman siya invited, pero sana pumunta siya as a show of respect to the Senate, to the Congress. Pangatlo, walang milagro si Quiboloy. Wala pang nakikita tayo na yung iniinom nila ordinaryo tubig pa, hinihintay pa natin or yung mga kape nila, yung mga pipitsugin na kape na nandun sa plastic baso, baso na hindi branded na kape, hinihintay pa natin na gawin yan ni Quiboloy na Starbucks coffee or kahit Figaro coffee lang man, di ba? Kiko man at saka siya season. And pangatlo, they are discussing ngayon, itinatapon ng lawyer ng SMNI sa mga anchor, yung CC. Pero ngayon, napupunta sa diskusyon, hindi. Kasi sabi, meron daw disclaimer. Di ba, brinag natin yan. Alam nyo, dito sa Vlogcaster, lahat talaga. This morning lang, brinag natin na they will discuss about the disclaimer. Yun ang sinasabi ng mga lawyer ng SMNI. May disclaimer kami. Ibig sabihin, walang responsibilidad ang stasyon. Walang responsibilidad ang SMNI kahit anong sasabihin ng anchor. Ngayon, inuusig sila not only by the congressmen but yung grupo na sinight rin natin sa vlog natin this morning na nag-file ng complaint sa kanila na meron talaga liability yung stasyon at pwede tanggalan ng franchise. O pakinggan muna natin sila at magkape muna ako kararating ko lang. Magkape muna si Bat Pero andyan na kayo, andito lang ako, okay? Yan si Congressman Tambunting.
And I know that's KBP.
Yung grupo niya noon, meron niyang grupo dyan sa Kongreso.
So they can hide on this.
Naging kliyente ko sila, pati si Senator Alan, yung sumunod kay Alan Cayetano, Alan Velasco.
So now we proceed.
Yan. Anak yan ng Tambunting, yung mga mayaman Tambunting. Pero hindi niya ako binayaran ng ginto. Nung nag-PR ako.
Mr. Chair,
sana no, isang maleta ng ginto.
Ang insist po ng SMNI kasi
ito si Congressman Manuel.
Responsibility dito
yan.
Disclaimer,
mga disclaimer, okay?
Pero kung i-observe
coffee muna ako, coffee, okay?
Chair, sino po ba ang may-ari ng SMNI? Gusto ko lang i-lay down yung fact, no? It is owned by Apollo Quiboloy na actually kung
Can we confirm the statement, Mr. Chair? SMNI?
No?
I'm sorry.
SMNI is not owned by Pastor Apollo Quiboloy.
Does he hold any position there?
No? He's not part of the corporate officers.
No, he doesn't have any position. Like he can be like
He's just a black timer, Mr. Chair.
he's a black timer.
He's a black timer of SMNI.
That's it. Wala siya iba. Hindi po siya ibang. Initially,
We consider him as an honorary chairman.
yun.
Yes, honorary chairman, but he's not part of as one of the corporate officers. His name is not part of the corporate papers. He's not a stockholder of SMNI
Okay.
or Suara Sug Media Corporation.
Okay. Can we,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Well, we can go back there to that issue later on.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Okay. Ngayon,
May ano pa pala.
Yeah,
gusto ko lang
may pahabol.
i-state, Mr. Chair, kasi well, ito din naman ay matter of public record na may mataas na katungkulan, ganyan, na at least na-confirm natin ngayon. And mismo lumalabas ang taong ito at nag-deliver talaga ng mga statements mismo sa iba't iba mga programs. Kaya factor po ito at hindi natin atomize lang ang mga nasa SMNI. Ibig sabihin, kailangan din i-weigh natin ang ginagawa ng individuals in relation sa paano din ba gumagana talaga yung network. Yun lang, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Manuel. Napag-usapan na rin po natin in question ni Honorable Manuel tungkol kay Pastor Quiboloy at yun naman ay sinabi nyo na siya ay honorary chairman. Ito po final dun. This SMNI was founded in 1987.
I think the president. Suara Sug Media Corporation, Mr. Chair, was founded in 1987.
Correct.
Yes.
As a legal operating name.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And the products broadcasting service includes TV, radio, streamlining, and new media. E-products include SMNI, SMNI News Channel, and Sunshine Radio, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And this is owned by the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, correct?
Not necessarily, Mr. Chair.
No. Yes or no?
No.
No.
No, Mr. Chair.
So you're saying that the articles of incorporation is wrong?
We have here an updated articles of incorporation, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
By the way, Mr. Chair, the original Suara Sug Media Corporation was founded in 1992, but now under the new name, under the present. So the Suara Sug Media Corporation, Mr. Chair, the officers are, can I name the officers, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Cristina San Pedro,
Saan po based yan, yung listahan?
SEC, Mr. Chair. JS. Marlon Rosete, Lodi Vija,
Sa mga kajojoy lang sa atin, si Coco Tam, si Sakura 35, si Domingo Castro, si Lorna Navarro,
Elaine,
Jesus San Luis, Rodriguez.
Ananya.
We are covering yung hearing. Like I promise you, kahit pagod pa tayo galing sa airport, collectively we will watch out. Baka may milagro. Baka biglang na lang umulan ng apoy dyan sa hearing.
13%.
Pero
Marlon Rosete.
ngayon parang wala pa. Parang kahit yung mga anchor ni Quiboloy, takot na hindi gagana yung milagro. Wala. Hinihintay pa sila. Kanina pa nagsimula yung hearing, no show. Inindyan na mga anchor ni Quiboloy ang hearing. Yun, nakikita ko talaga, iko-contempt talaga yun, patutulugin talaga yun sa Senado, sa Kongreso.
Are you done?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, so you're now saying that
Oy, thank you,
the
Miss Lorna Navarro.
1980s.
Yan, at least napapawi yung pagod ko na galing sa airport, vlog ka agad. Thank you, Lorna.
Can you please
Really
amend those
appreciate it.
documents?
Really appreciate it.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Those amended documents. Okay, I will go back again to the
May presyo pa pala ng
to
kape
SMNI on my second round.
Ang baso
Yes,
The chair would like to recognize the Honorable JJ Suarez.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Snack
Just
tayo.
my questions to Attorney Mark Tolentino. Attorney Mark,
Yes, sir.
you look very familiar to me.
Uh,
Did you used to work for government?
yes, Mr. Chair.
What position did you hold?
I used to be a municipal councilor of my hometown. Second,
Which is?
Cabadbaran City, Agusan del Norte. Then second, state solicitor of the office of the Solicitor General. Then third, assistant secretary of the DOTR.
Assistant Secretary of the DOTR.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
I think, what year was that?
2017, Mr. Chair.
Up to?
2018.
So you
Yung
only-
lawyer ito ni Quiboloy.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Why so short?
Of course, there was a political issues at the time, Mr. Chair, that I don't know what really the answer the reason, Mr. Chair.
You don't have any idea why? Did you resign? Were you fired? What was the
I
reason?
was terminated, Mr. Chair.
Oh, you were taken out of your job?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. And the reason for your termination was?
I have no personal knowledge about the reason, Mr. Chair.
So,
In fact, I consider it as an expiration of the term because my position is based on trust and confidence of the president.
okay. So you felt, so the president may have lost trust and confidence in
Yes,
you?
yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Your termination had nothing to do with your involvement with Wirecard?
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay. But you know of Wirecard?
Yes, Mr. Chair, but that was the case is already dismissed, Mr. Chair.
Dismissed?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us about this Wirecard involvement and case that your name was and your person was involved in?
They said that I am a trustee of that company, when in fact I'm not.
And Wirecard was found. Why was a case filed against Wirecard?
I think that case is pending in Germany, Mr. Chair. Not
Okay.
here.
And what is it about?
It's about online banking in Germany, Mr. Chair. And they said that I am a trustee of the.
Nawala. Hanapin. Nawala. Ano ba yan, Congress? Nakapalpak naman yung...
And they said that I am a trustee of that company. In fact, I am not.
You are not. So how did your name
Company. In fact, I am not.
you are not? Did properly connected to Wirecard?
Because the COO of Wirecard visited my
this has nothing
office
to do
at that time.
uh,
That's all I remember because
with your termination as a DOTR official. Walang kinalaman. What about dealing with your sister? Kasi nakasulat dito sa Rapper Duterte files DOTR official for allegedly dealing with his sister.
it's not true, Mr. Chair.
This is not true.
There's
Also.
a misunderstanding only, Mr. Chair.
It's a misunderstanding. Just maybe a question,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
a statement
Yes, yes.
similar to what you just said.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So anyway, let's go back to that statement that you said. So earlier you mentioned that the 1.8 billion was a question, correct?
Based on my opinion, based on when I saw the video, Mr. Chair, because
Okay.
I was not there during the
No,
live
I mean,
coverage.
yeah, but the mere fact that you're owning up to it as an SMNI official, you're stating that it's a question.
Question lang daw, kaya hindi daw sila guilty.
But you're stating
Ang
it's
galing,
a
no?
fact that it's a question. That's my question. Yes or no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Okay. Great.
Can I?
Because the reason why I wanted to stress that point is because number one, you're owning up to it as an SMNI official.
Lagot ka.
Number two,
Inamin.
you mentioned that it is a question, so therefore there was no malicious intent with regards to the statement issued by your block timers, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So why was the tweet deleted in social media?
Dinilit yung tweet.
Why was it deleted in social media?
I cannot answer that, Mr. Chair, because I am
But you're the legal counsel for SMNI.
Ala, lagot.
We were trying to
Palpak
We
ng
can
lawyer.
put the link to the Honorable Committee, Mr. Chair.
we were trying to get the link, and then I don't know.
May I know the number, Mr. Chair, that we're in? We can send the link of the video, Mr. Chair.
Dali, nahulog ako dito sa upuan na ito.
Ayan, nakasulat to. This post has been deleted.
Mr. Chair, the SMNI news Facebook page was
Fake news, what did you say?
Facebook page.
Okay.
Not fake Facebook page was taken down.
No. This is in Twitter. Twitter to, hindi to Facebook.
Another chair. Hindi tayo nahulog. Nahulog rin.
The video of Twitter is connected with the Facebook, Mr. Chair. But there is a YouTube link.
Okay. So hindi kayo nagtanggal nito?
No, Mr. Chair.
Kasi nung nag-link naman ako, dumiretso ako dun sa Twitter account niyo, hinahanap ko dun, wala rin naman dun.
It's there in the YouTube, Mr. Chair.
So you're saying it wasn't you that took it down?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
It was Facebook that took it down.
The whole page, not just the video, Mr. Chair.
So do you have any evidence that would say that Facebook took those pages down, or maybe just supposed to take your statement as hook, line, and sinker?
We can submit that to the Honorable Committee, the email of Facebook, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sige, fantastic. Kasi it seems like it's not the first time that tweets have been and posts have been removed from the SMNI network and for social media pages, especially when legal questions are involved. No? Let me just go back. So you mentioned that this show of Ka Eric and Dr. Badoy, is that correct?
Yes, Dr. Badoy,
Yeah.
former USEC.
Yes, okay. Naka-black time sila.
Inindyan
Ano
sila
expect nyo sa show
ni Ka Eric at Badoy.
Mr. Chair.
Ang tapang-tapang mag-red tag.
Co-production.
Pero hindi sumipot sa Kongreso. Anong klase kayo?
Employees of SMNI?
Talents, Mr. Chair.
Talents.
Employees.
Okay, talents. So, would you care to share to this committee?
Hindi, wala silang tiwala sa
as
Milagro ni
talents, how much
Quiboloy
are they
daw.
receiving?
100,000 a month, Mr. Chair.
100,000. And do you have a contract with your talents?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we can submit that to the Honorable Committee.
Do you have a copy of those contracts with you now?
Can we submit that, Mr. Chair? Still in our office, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so Mr. Chair, may I request that we subpoena the said documents? Mr. Chair, thank you very much.
Tawag doon.
Those documents be
Supena,
submitted,
Duces Tecum.
immediately, before the next hearing.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Supina of the
Thank you very
documents.
much. So what you're saying is they're paid talents.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
100,000 para magsinungaling. Sino nagpipinads? 100,000 each para magsinungaling monthly. Sino ang nagpipinance? Hindi naman kumikita SMNI. Sino kaya? Sino sa tingin nyo, mga kabatmates?
Laban kasama ng bayan. You are familiar with the show?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. And you watch it regularly, I assume?
Maybe once a week or twice a week.
O, hinahanap na kayo.
Not every day, Mr. Chair.
Ka Erel at si Badoy, hinahanap na kayo ni Lorna Navarro.
Okay.
Where na you? We are here na.
You can more or less gauge the theme and the rapport by which these anchors conduct themselves in their broadcasts.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And you will agree that on certain cases, they may have exceeded the bounds provided by law when it comes to the KBP Code of Ethics. Would you agree with me?
That's why, Mr. Chair, I'd like to ask, what is that code of ethics of KBP and the broadcast code?
So what you're saying is you're not familiar with the broadcast code.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I don't know if it is a law or just a code from...
So wait, okay. Now, so you're a media entity. You have paid block timers, paid talents that you actually just mentioned receive 100,000 pesos monthly, and yet you're not familiar with the Code of Ethics by KBP?
An expert of that, Mr. Chair. Maybe my co-counsel can answer.
Saan kaya nanggagaling yung
Because I would
100,000? Ang
assume,
daming angkor ng
media entity,
SMNI. Galing kaya sa
you're
confidential
paid
funds?
especially those
Ano sa tingin nyo, mga batmates? Galing sa confidential
segment
funds?
would not only understand, but would hold close to their heart the code of ethics of the
Sabi ni
kapasanan
Anthony
ng kapitan
Cagoyong, yap.
broadcasters ng Pilipinas. Kasi ito ang dapat na sinusunod nilang alituntunin sa pagbalalabas ng balita.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And it's shocking that you as legal counsel
Sabi rin ni
just
Dexter
mentioned
Anastasio.
that. Anyway, Congressman
Second demotion.
Rolex
Ang daming
Suplico,
angkor nila, ha?
Attorney Rolex Suplico,
100 lahat. Milyon yan kada buwan.
kasi sabi po ni Attorney Mark, baka yung ibang kasamahan niya makatulong, di baka may tutulong kayo.
Well, Your Honor, these are talents. And talents are, beforehand, they are required to follow a certain set of standards, including the Broadcast Code of the Philippines 2007. Sometimes, maybe they stray out of it, no? They violate it. But again, let me say, Your Honor, the grantee of the franchise, Waraso, I cannot tell them what to say, what to ask, when to ask, how to ask. They enjoy a certain independence from us.
Well, I would understand that they would enjoy a certain independence from you, but I would also believe that you should have a level of control over the substance being broadcasted by your talents. Because if you're saying that they're totally independent, what if the material that they're showing is in violation of your franchise? At sasabihin nyo,
Tama.
"Hey, independent sila sa amin. Wala kaming magagawa." Paano kung lumalabag na sila sa mga nilalaman ng mga sections ng prangkisa ninyo? Sasabihin nyo, wala kaming magagawa. Eh kayo po ang malalagay sa alangan yan. Kung sasabihin nyo, wala kayong magagawa.
Your Honor, actually, we started a internal investigation. And
Wala, tanggalin nyo na yan. Si Celis at saka si Kwan na yan. Si Badoy.
Compliance with the request of the chairman.
Okay. Anyway, so I'll just go to KBP. KBP, just a few questions. Yung pong mga broadcasters, may license po ba sila na dapat hawak-hawak bago po sila mag-broadcast? Ano po ba ang patakaran ng KBP dito?
Your Honor, it's not a license. We accredit them in the sense that we require them to take an examination basically on the KBP Code of Ethics and pass it. And they are only accredited once they pass this KBP examination, so that they are held responsible for what they say on the air.
Thank you very much, Attorney. Attorney, to your knowledge, yung mga segment hosts, are they KBP accredited?
I have no information on that, Your Honor. Although,
What about SMNI? Can you inform us if they are KBP accredited?
No, Mr. Chair, only the Suarasu Media Corporation, Mr. Chair.
Ah,
So
grabe.
yung broadcasters nyo wala, yung
Wala
talents nyo
pala.
wala.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
But doon sa sinasabi ng KBP, dapat dumaan muna sa
Accreditation, Your
In
Honor.
short, mga hausyaw.
Patuloy
In
comply,
short,
Mr. Chair.
mga peking,
I'm not
mga
asking you to comply,
journalista.
I'm just trying to find out whether
Peke, hausyaw.
KBP accredited. So that is the process that should be followed. Am I correct, KBP?
Nainip na si
And
June,
why do you
ipasara na
think
daw
that process
kaagad.
is important?
Sabi rin na naman ni
Just to
Sakura
ensure that those
35,
who go
kulto.
Know the code of ethics and are familiar with the rules and regulations.
Si Magnate, hinahanap si Marcolecta.
And
Marcolecta.
after
Eh,
this
hindi
accreditation
hindi yun
is
mag-iingay
provided,
dito. Duterte
do you
boy yun eh.
prepare a monitoring
Ah,
system
binanatan nyo
that
ng
will be
ABS-CBN.
sure
Nakita
that
nyo na?
those accredited
Nakita nyo na si Marcolecta. Huwag na kayo maniwala doon.
abiding by the regulations.
Doon sa
and
ABS-CBN,
code of
hot na hot
ethics
siya.
you have,
Dito, wala siya.
Set for them.
Where you na, Marcolecta?
We don't have an active monitoring. Our monitoring is basically
Sabi ni
post-
Melcy na brainwash na
Let
daw.
us say we rely on complaints, and that is the time we require the on-air personnel to explain, or the network to explain, as the case may be. However, if there is information given to us, we may do a motu proprio monitoring. Your Honor.
So thank you very much, KBP. Let me just go back to Attorney Mark Tolentino. So habang wala pa dito yung dalawang paid talents nyo, na kayo pa lang nagbabayad sa kanila, ano yun? Buwan-buwan, ano? 100,000. Ano yun? May BIR yun? Kompleto naman siguro sa mga
Yes, Mr. Chair.
taxes and...
We
So,
complied all the regulations.
tatanggap din sila ng Christmas bonus pagdating ng...
Yan ang problema.
We
Kung
don't consider them as employee, Mr. Chair, but talents.
ngayon,
talents lang.
hinahalungkat
So, wala
lahat sa
silang
kanila,
bonus,
pati
walang
taxes,
overtime.
pati
Yes, Mr. Chair.
bonus ng mga empleyado,
So,
lahat.
anyway, so
Ayan,
it's
lumalaban-laban kayo sa
they
gobyerno.
have some sort of
Parang
employer-employee
naramdaman nyo na kung anong naramdaman ng ABS-CBN noon.
You don't.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So what relationship do you have?
They're just talent, Mr. Chair. They're paid per episode, Mr. Chair. So there is no such thing as control as one of the requirement to be considered that there's an employer-employee relationship. That's why we don't consider them as an employee, Mr. Chair, but mere talents.
Yeah,
Alam nyo, ganyan
that
ang
you
media
have.
ine-exploit yung mga
How long has this
talents, ha? Walang employee-employer relationship. Kung
Almost 3 years, Mr.
buti
Chair.
nga ito, 100,000 sa pera natin. Yung iba, napakaliit yung bayad.
Paid pa rin sila.
Exploitation rin yan.
3 years, araw-araw ume-ere.
Pwede rin sumabit sa dole ang SMNI niyan.
1 hour and a half per day.
Pwede rin
1 hour
sumabit
per
ang
day.
dole dyan
Araw-araw yan.
sa ang
Monday to Friday.
SMNI sa
So Monday
dole.
to Friday, 100,000. Kaso lang wala kayong relasyon.
There's a relationship, Mr. Chair, but not an employer-employee relationship.
Okay. So, anyway, I just want
Tama
to go back,
si
no?
Kabongs TV. We need
You
BIR
mentioned
at
that
COA.
The reason why the Twitter link, your Twitter video was deleted was because it is connected to Facebook.
Si Sakura gusto nang pa-extradite si Quiboloy.
Were terminated by SMNI, Mr. Chair. By Facebook, Mr. Chair.
No, but when was the termination of Facebook done?
2 days ago, 3 days ago. Last Saturday, Mr. Chair.
Last Saturday.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
But
Sabi
the
ni
link
Mary
I'm
Grace,
talking about
malamang
happened
galing
on
yung
Tuesday.
100,000 sa confidential funds.
May I know, Mr. Chair, if what is the name of the page, Mr. Chair, so we can verify.
Sabi ni Jack Cruz,
SMNI.
Kulta Station.
Because we manage many pages, Mr. Chair.
SMNI.
Sabi ni Lex, wala na siyang 100K
Twitter
next
is
month.
not linked to the Facebook
Dapat
account.
yan ang una gawin. Tanggalin yan. Dalawa na yan.
So what you're
Sobra na
saying
yan, mga red
earlier,
taggers na yan.
that the reason why it was deleted was because it was linked
Sabi
to
ni
Facebook
Tukayo,
is totally
Armando
false.
Banal, disappointed son,
Because
wanted as
Facebook
human
is not
trafficker
linked to Twitter.
by FBI.
And
Same
the
with his
disabling
boss,
of accounts.
si Mang Kanor.
So we might want to you might want
Sabi
to
ni
get your facts
Swe
straight,
Kulit
sir.
Vlog,
I
stop!
cannot open now the SMNI page.
Sabi ni
Since,
Lorna
in-
Navarro,
In
payback
Facebook.
time,
What
ginawa
I'm
ninyo
talking about is Twitter.
sa ABS-CBN. Ang karma talaga, ang
the Twitter still,
karma
still-
talaga ang balik. This is very nice.
Twitter
Yan,
still,
tawang-tawa
still
si
functioning, Mr. Chair.
Lorna
Oo
Navarro.
nga, but yung post nga, dinelete nyo. Ayan o, this post has been deleted. Oh.
O,
Kaya-
tinatanggal ng post na resibo.
Tapos sinabi mo sa akin kanina, kaya siya dinelete dahil tinanggal kayo sa Facebook dahil connected.
O, nagsinungaling pa. Makulong ka talaga, attorney. Makontempt ka talaga dyan.
Your page was
Makontempt ka
taken down.
talaga
You
dyan.
mentioned Saturday. This post is Tuesday.
Maybe, Mr. Chair, that is YouTube, Mr. Chair.
No, it's Twitter.
Twitter. Twitter.
Sabi ni Anthony
We will try to
Kagoyong,
get Mr. Chair.
I think,
at least
you know,
tuwang-tuwa
I-
ngayon si Kwan.
No, that has
Si,
to be, I think, your statement. Because
Si
up to
Bro
now, up
Eli,
to
kung
today, you're
from the
posting
grave.
videos and, news
Sabi
clips
ni
in-
Francisco
Yeah, so it is
Malina,
active.
what
Your
goes
Twitter is
around
active.
comes around.
So if it's active, why is this
Sabi ni Sakura
particular
35, walang
video
kawalang.
not
Sabi
there?
ni Lorna
So,
Navarro,
if,
malaki ang
everything
bayad
is there.
para lang
So,
makapagkalat
everything
ng
is there.
kasinungalingan.
Factor is still there.
Maga walang hiya talaga,
So,
pati
it could have
kayo,
been Facebook.
management
I
ng
think Facebook
SMNI.
did it. Then
Tinotolerate
dapat
nyo yan, party
Mr.
kayo.
Chair, person to answer-
Kasabwat din ba? Yan, tama.
There's a point of order by
I think our resource speaker, the good authority, does not know our rules. May we remind him of our rules? That
Hindi
before
alam,
he can speak. or
hindi
while
alam
the
ng
chairman
rules si
is
attorney.
speaking, He should not be speaking.
Like to apologize.
Are we waiving the rules of the House insofar as this hearing is concerned? Kami, kakahimik nga kami rito eh. Daldal ka ng daldal dyan. Without permission.
Pinagalitan.
Please,
Pinagalitan.
Like to
Iyak.
apologize for
Iyak
that.
si attorney.
Thank you, Honorable Ako, for
Yak.
as mentioned earlier.
Buti nga
Because,
sa'yo.
the question really is of the Honorable JJ is, he said, FB's out, ergo, nawala lahat. And his contention is, how could it have been na tinanggal?
Medyo kwan sila guys, medyo hindi gaano yan very importante yung pagtanggal nila ng Twitter tungkol doon sa 1.8 billion claim. So, kayo muna ang bida. Si Marie Minaw, sabi niya, fake news ka. Alangan naman kung pupunta doon, walang imbitasyon. Okay, thank you for joining us. Si Bituin Quinto, kinakarma na si Pastor Manyakis. Ang kapalaran yata ng ABS-CBN, kapalaran rin ng SMNI. Sana kasabay ang ng ICC ibigay si Quiboloy sa FBI. Tama. Sabi ni Vanderland TV, tiklo na in a calm manner. Si Grande Lea, good afternoon po. Good afternoon to Hilario Francisco Moleda, Quiboloy, magtago ka na sa tunnel. FBI is coming to town.
I'll beg to, yes, Kong Joboy, and then
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Si Congressman Suarez pala to.
Honorable
Yeah.
Suarez later on, but Honorable Aquino is
Few
recognized.
questions.
Pabag-usan
With
ka lang
regards
sa'yo.
to-
Sabi ni June 360, attorney Adlay ata yan
Yes. Before, we also have a radio station, and I have a little bit of experience programming, which is almost the same.
Congressman Pancho ata
Medyo
ito
level up na to ngayon, di ba? But in every program, it's not a program, there's always the rector, di ba? Magsasubmit ka kung ano
Tama.
gagawin ng bawat isa. Di ba? So, same sa inyo. For the whole day, all of those are going to have programs for the day
Si Elizabeth
submit
Llorin, nahabol. Thank you.
sa office nyo. This program, ano bing kanina yung what's that? Kasama ng
Laban kasama ang bayan.
yeah, and other programs.
Si Kiss and Ash
And-
Unplug. Shout out
Part?
sa mga
What's that?
nakikinig sa napapanood sa atin sa
Sabihin nila
barangay
kung anong
Puting
sasabihin
Kahoy.
nila and what is the
Saan
topic
ito?
for
Kiss
the
and
day.
Ash Unplug.
Di ba?
Ha? Barangay Puting Kahoy. Hello, barangay.
Now,
Sana buong barangay naka-tune in na kay
nakita ng-
BAT.
Management,
Assignment yan
automatic
ni
validation
Kiss
yan.
and Ash Unplug, okay?
Hindi kasama dun sa sinabi. Because kung nakita nyo na may sasabihin na ganyan, I'm 100% sure. Hindi kayo papayag. Di ba? Tapos ina-attack ng without
Masayang-masaya si Jack Cruz. I can't
valid,
stop laughing.
evidence.
End game na ng kulto.
Earlier, it was already explained from the very beginning na ganito
O
na.
si
And we will stand
Grande Lea,
by
hinihintay ng milagro ni Quiboloy.
progress.
We will be living witness to a miracle.
Our work. At mahirap yan because that's the truth. Now, earlier, na-mention nyo, 100,000 ang, di ba?
Yan ang tawag
Bayan.
na, sabi ni Marie
Correct.
Minaw, yan, bayaran.
Talent fee, Mr.
Yeah.
Chair.
Yan ang
Talent
totoong
fee.
bayaran.
It's not a salary but a talent
Ha?
fee.
Yes,
Talent fee. Galing sa
talent.
confidential funds.
You are both
Yan ang milagro.
lawyers.
Milagro ng pera natin.
Ordinary transaction.
Di ba, Marie Malinaw? Yan ang milagro.
Pagtatanggap ng pera.
Minimilagro yung pera natin. 100,000
Always
kada
yan.
angkor. Ha?
Di ba? Talent fee.
Galing rin ako sa media. Ang taas yan, ha? Meron nakaka-average yan. Mga 30 to
Your talent. What is your
20 to
talent?
30,000 lang, ha? Taas ng 100,000, ha?
Oh,
Kaya pala
Now,
kung ano-ano nang ginagawa.
doon makikita kung anong gagawin mo sa programa mo. Your talent. Di ba?
Mahiya naman kayo.
With that, Mr. Chairman.
Ginagamit yung paninira ng tao para kumita.
Also,
Gayahin nyo si VAT.
mention.
Hirap na hirap pumunta ng Zamboanga. Every 2 weeks. 2 weeks dito, 2 weeks doon. Para lang kumayod at magnegosyo. Kamagbanat buto kayo. Hindi yung 100,000 para sirain lang ang bayan. Ginagawa nyo. Nawala na naman, ha. Palpak talaga itong kuwan ng Congress, ha. Itong live ng Congress. Ang laki-laki ng binabayaran namin sa inyo, ha.
No?
Bakit nawawala?
From regular.
Hanapin natin.
So we will see. We will find
Hanapin
out.
natin
Ano mga
ABS-CBN.
tao dito? Kasi medyo naguguluhan ako Etong hindi mapigilan kung anong sasabihin. Hindi naman pwede yun. Basta na lang sasabi dyan, tapos pagka may nasaktan, oy, sorry, ganda na lang. Hindi naman pwede yun.
Inindiyan ng Senado,
Then
Kongreso.
it's time to go back sa franchise na binigay sa inyo. Hindi pwede magtago na lang dyan sa disclaimer na yan. Very simple.
O
lang.
magtago sa
Ito,
committee hearing.
I am not a lawyer. No, but kung anong naisip ko na tama, siguro yun ang simple lang. Hindi kailangan ng paikot-ikot. Gusto ko lang makita yung first na which was 3 years ago is a request. And yung latest na contract na lahat ng nagbibigay ng service sa SMNI or yung isang name ng company. Or
We will comply that, Mr. Chair. We will submit all the contracts with respect to our talents about laban kasama ang bayan.
No, not only one program. Yung ibang programs din.
Lagot
Ibang
kayo,
program.
lahat na lang,
May
hinahalongkot. Hinahalongkat.
Iba-ibang klase.
Hinahalongkatan.
As what you've said. Di ba? Then, lastly, have you ever
Galit na si Braveheart
contract
Pabalan.
yes, or
Itukhang na
legal
lahat ng talent ng SMNI. Huwag naman, Braveheart. Braveheart ka talaga. Hindi natin gayahin yung AJK nila.
Also with this, yung services.
I am the legal counsel of SMNI. Same time, I'm also a host of one of program of SMNI, the Pinoy Legal Minds.
Yan ang problema kung tinatawag ka sa Senado, Kongreso. Lahat hinahalungkat, lahat.
Ano ang posisyon ni Pastor Quiboloy?
Based on my answer, Mr. Chair, last question.
Sa mga bago lang ngayon, okay, sa simula pa lang, in fairness guys, dito sa Vlogcaster, hindi man sa pagmamayabang, pero God gave me a sixth sense sa politika. I seem to be able to, at hindi ko na isa-isahin yan, I seem to be able to foresee future development sa politika. Di ba diniscuss na natin dito about the need for Congress to account? Di ba? Very fair tayo sa SMNI. Sabi natin, dapat kung gusto talaga ng Kongreso na tanggalin yung akusa or linisin yung sarili nila, clear their name from the 1.8 billion spending sa trip ni Speaker Martin Romualdez, dapat ilabas nila yung tamang figure. So, pag open pa lang ng hearing sa Kongreso, as if napanood nila yung vlog debate, ang unang ginawa ng mga congressmen, kasama yung mga finance officer ng mga congressmen, naglabas yung papeles na lumalabas from January this year to October to October or November, mga 30 million plus lang ang ginastusan nila. 18 million ata sa Office of the Speaker and the rest sa mga congressmen. So wala pang 40 million. So yun ang development. So yan, sana maipakita ng resibo rin yung mga nagtatago ng mga angkor ng SMNI. Pwede sila ilabas ng arrest warrant ng Kongreso for snubbing, snubbing the congressional hearing, pwede. O pakinggan natin ulit.
And not use its stations or facilities for broadcasting of obscene or indecent language, speech, act or scene, or for the dissemination of deliberately false information or willful misrepresentation to the detriment of public interests, or to incite, encourage, or assist in subversive or treasonable acts.
Yan.
Nakasaad po ito sa Republic Act 11422.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
This is your privilege, your franchise.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Correct.
Kung maalala nyo guys, binasa ko yan kaninang umaga, binasa natin yan.
That when
Yan exact paragraph na yan, binasa natin yan sa 7 o'clock vlog natin.
in your company for the past 3
Yung
years,
franchise ng SMNI.
broadcasting
Franchise contract.
Monday to Friday,
Hello,
2 hours
Rosie and
a half,
Melcy.
1 hour and a half, from Monday to Friday. When they came out on live broadcast and said that the speaker spent 1.8 billion pesos is dissemination of deliberately false information and willful misrepresentation. That is my position. And you're saying it was just a mere question. A question, attorney, is this. Congressman Joboy, what color is your baron? That is a question.
Tama naman,
But when
tama.
you say on live TV, meron po kaming natanggap na balita. Ang speaker ay gumastos ng 1.8 billion pesos sa traveling. Hindi lang yun. Baka madagdagan pa yan kung isasama yung entourage. Baka umabot pa ng 2 billion. Dinagdagan pa. At sinabi, how do you spend 1.8 billion pesos?
Parang si
Umuwi pa ba
Sarah,
sa
no?
bahay? That's the question, attorney. That
Umuwi
is,
pa raw sa
at
bahay.
the very least, malicious innuendo. At the very least. But from where I'm standing, that is a direct accusation to the House of Representatives. Now, SMNI, sabi nyo, paid talents nyo yun. Hindi na nga dumaan sa KDP Code of Ethics at Seminar at wala silang certification. At alam nyo, yung manner kung paano nila kinokonduct yung sarili nila, Eh, at the very least, dapat pinagsabihan nyo sila. Tapos yung sinasabi nyo, meron kayong ginagawang internal investigation ngayon.
Wala yun.
Ongoing, Mr. Chair.
But what is sad is the
Wala
following
yun.
day, they came out again on TV justifying what they said.
Ayan.
Saying that what we said, dapat hindi kayo nasaktan kasi question lang yon. Di sana ang sinabi ninyo, yung nilabas po namin kahapon,
Binabastos na
ay yun po
talaga.
ay hindi po verified. Katanungan lang po yun. Kasi po doon ay is a direct statement
Wala na naman. Kung
this
okay.
challenge on you. If you can prove that the 1.8 billion pesos is true, I'll resign.
Uy, challenge! Okay
But if
ah.
I can prove
Magre-resign si
that the 1.8
Congressman
billion
Suarez
peso
ha.
program
Lagot,
is
magandang
false,
development yan.
lagay nyo dito yung prangkisa nyo on the line.
Ayan na! Ayan na! Lagot kayo.
Kaya ka?
Challenge! Challenge!
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Hindi, yes or no?
Resibo versus prangkisa. Lagot!
I cannot answer that,
Lagot.
Mr. Chair. I'm just a lawyer. That's not part of my authority.
Lagot.
Kasi lang, payag na.
Prove it! Prove it! Prove it!
No, Mr. Chair.
Magre-resign
So,
daw
kasi
si Suarez.
alam nilang alanganin.
Kung ma-prove yung
Because I have
1.8
no authority, Mr. Chair,
billion.
to talk.
Kasi alam yung alanganin.
Yan,
Alanganin kasi
lagot
yung
kayo.
statement ninyo.
Pekeng media kasi.
Nandiyan yung presidente.
Pekeng
Yung
media.
presidente, Mr. Dapat paninindigan nyo kasi mahirap yung ganon.
If I may,
Hindi nyo na nga pinanindigan yung Twitter post niyo na wala na nga sa Twitter. Tapos yung statement nyo, hindi nyo pa paninindigan. So,
Mr. Chair,
Mr. President, can you please answer the question raised by the Honorable Suarez?
I have no right to decide. I think I have to ask the board of directors.
Ay, thank you very
And,
much ha. Bernadette Regala ha para sa suporta sa VAT team. We really appreciate this. Thank you very much. Really, we're really thankful for the support sa VAT team. Mabuhay po kayo.
if they could prove their statement of 1.8 billion pesos is true,
Tapang nito si Suarez ha.
but if they cannot,
Magre-resign daw siya.
So,
that is a direct violation of their franchise. Now, question, anyway, we'll move to that later on. Medyo nangangatog na yata yung tuhod nito. Sino yung executive producer ng show?
Lagot.
Miss Noemi Parani, sir.
Saan ang Milagro? Saan ang Milagro?
Is he here with us?
Kailangan na namin yun.
She's not invited.
Is he within the vicinity? Is she, no?
Baka
Can she be invited?
nakaluhot na si Quiboloy.
Can she be invited?
Son, I'm your appointed son of God. I'm disappointed with you, God. God, where are you? Hear na me.
State her name again.
I'm disappointed. Your appointed son of God is disappointed, God.
Parani po.
Huh?
Noemi Parani.
Walang milagro pa.
So can we please invite the executive producer to
Lagot.
the committee? Is she within the area lang? Nasaan
Lagot.
po kaya siya?
Pati pusa ata sa SMNI, invite na rin. Lagot. Pati janitor, pati
Kasi yung
si Kwan, si Bantay.
Parang nasa vicinity.
Yung aso si Bantay, i-invite na rin. Lagot talaga. Wala na.
Sinundo na po.
Kailangan na talaga ng himala.
So,
Dico Eli
anyway,
at Ogie. At Ogie, kailangan na talaga ng himala.
Other questions for my next round?
Kung wala pang himala, pati pusa, pati aso sa SMNI, ma-invite na rin. At ma-kwan na rin, ma-imbestigahan na rin.
Is KBP? Nag-CR. Okay, mamaya na. Balik muna tayo sa SMNI.
Pati si KBP na ihi na.
Does SMNI monitor, supervise, or exercise oversight over the content of its programs?
Yes, Your Honor.
You do.
Yes, Your Honor.
O, sa mga bago lang ha, sinasabi natin,
So,
lahat na lang hinahalungkat.
so,
Alam nyo ba, pati yung attorney nila dito, hindi ko na nakuha yung
can
pangalan.
you describe the extent
Pati yung involvement niya sa Wirecard scandal ng 2019, kung saan ito yung parang GCash pero based sa Munich, Germany. So nasangkot yung attorney doon. Nakasuhan siya pero sabi niya pending pa raw ang kaso.
So,
Pati siya nahalungkat yung kaso niya. Yan ang problema.
when you say editorial meeting, the content is discussed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero
But
alam
we
nyo,
cannot-
dyan, lakas loob talaga dyan sa Kongreso.
Yes, Your
Ako na-imbestigahan na ako sa mga expose ko ng House Committee on Public Works, House Committee on Ethics, kasi na-expose ko rin yung mga bribery ng mga congressman, nila Mike Defensor noon, and then nila Carlos Padilla, namatay na ata yun, governor ng Nueva Vizcaya or Nueva Ecija. And then, yung ano pa ba yung expose ko? So, Committee on Public Works, Committee on Ethics, Committee on Good Government. Ang hirap, may lawyer ako kasama pero umapir ako. Naimbestigahan na rin ako yung in-expose ko yung Little League Baseball scam sa Zamboanga. Na-invite na rin ako ng chairman nila na si Joey Lina sa Senate Committee on Sports at ni si Grace po sa Senate Committee on Information doon sa bill niya laban sa fake news. Umapir rin ako. Ganyan ang lalaki, atapang halalaki Sumusulat ka, nag-expose ka, nagbablog ka. Dapat panindigan mo, hindi yung nagtatago si Ka Eric at si Badoy. Pinapatawag na sila ngayon. Wala pa hanggang ngayon. Naghahanap pa ng Milagro. Nakaluhod. Si Ka Eric, he found God today. Na-discover niya na may Diyos pala at nagdadasal, nakaluhod kasama si Quiboloy. Di ba mga leftist daw hindi naniwala sa Diyos? Pero ang balita natin, umiiyak na si Ka Eric, nakaluhod, humihingi ng tulong kay Quiboloy. Lord, Master Quiboloy, appointed Son of God, make a miracle. Para hindi ako habulin ng Kongreso. Wala pang milagro. Pero kung meron milagro, makikita natin lahat. Baka biglang mabulag lahat ng mga congressman, di ba? Okay rin yun. Kasi buhay na buhay sila sa mga pork barrel nila. At saka ng mga extraordinary funds. And emergency funds.
Hindi sila magsalita ng hindi maayos. Ano po ang inyong bakit po kayo hindi ko kayo pwede magtago sa disclaimer?
Doon sila kasi nagtatago sa disclaimer, Dodong Sabin.
There is no prior censorship.
Sabi ni Dodong Sabin, answered prayer para sa mga na-red tag.
I
Tama.
don't understand what prior censorship means. I mean, they're your anchors. You dictate the content. So ano po magiging parusa po niyan?
At least tingnan natin. Yung mga anchor dyan sa SMNI ngayon,
We ask them to explain.
ipepreno na nila konti yung mga banat nila. Matuto na sila
Until
dito.
tomorrow, Your
KBP, nagtataas po kayo ng kamay? Or,
Your Honor, I beg your indulgence.
Tubig muna tayo. Tubig
I
break.
was informed that you were looking for me when I went to the...
Yes.
Thank you.
My question would be, when they asked, they were saying that I have a question. Is a question premised on false information in line with ethical journalism?
Your Honor, I cannot fully grasp the context, but a question can be premised on a false information to seek the truth. For example, in the statement, may information kami ng gastos ng House of Representatives or office ni Speaker sa travel is 1.8 billion. Totoo kaya ito? That's the question. Or ano ang masasabi ng Congress dito? That's the question. But it doesn't give credence to the statement. But in the example given earlier, I think what he was referring to as the question was, umuwi pa ba ito? Nagtatanong lang. That's a style of, that may have been the question being referred to.
So do you agree that the other statement of 1.8 as stated by the Honorable Suarez was not a question?
Based on what I heard,
It is not.
it was not a question.
Thank you very much. At least we're clear that it was not a question and it was a accusation as stated by Honorable Suarez.
Or an allegation, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Before we proceed, the chair recognizes the Honorable Posita of One Rider. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pupunta. Okay. So, we now proceed. We now have the presence, the anchor of the program. This is, can you please introduce yourselves? Laban kasama Bambayan.
Ang lamig dito.
Pakilala po kayo.
Hindi kagaya sa Zamboanga. Ayan na sila, ayan na. Tingnan natin kung saan ang tapang nila dyan sa Kongreso. Ayan na.
Yung kasama po.
Okay. Magandang hapon po sa mga kagalang-galang na kasapi ng Kongreso at sa komitibang ito. Ako po si Jeffrey K. Eric Celis, co-anchor po.
Sige, tingnan natin. Saan ang galing nyo?
Maraming salamat. Kasi kanina pa kayo gusto ko usapin na maraming pong katanungan ang ating vice chair ng committee at ang
This is it. This is it. Showdown. Yung mga saging prito nyo dyan, yung mga popcorn, ilabas nyo na.
I think we have a resource person from MTRCB who had just arrived.
Is MTRCB present?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And
Si
And be-
Attorney Pareha is here. Attorney, welcome ho sa inyong presensya ho dito.
Good afternoon, sir.
can I just request, Mr. Chair, that the new resource person that arrived, can they please be administer their oath?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bago magsimula, magkape muna tayo. Kape tayo, kape tayo.
And the two anchors, please rise. And may I direct the COMSEC to administer the oath.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before this congressional inquiry? So help you God. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. The Honorable Vice Chair, Johnny Pimentel, Mr. Chair. Ano po yun?
Can I request two anchor to sit besides?
Diyan na po sila.
So we can.
Okay lang ho. Diyan na ho sila para ho, kasi may mga nakaupo dyan yata. Yes, the Honorable Pimentel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We'd like to thank Ka Eric and Yusek Lorraine for answering our request to attend this hearing. Alam naman po ninyo siguro bakit na we are conducting this inquiry. It is with regards to your program wherein you allege na gumastos po ang Kongreso ng 1.8 billion pesos sa traveling expenses. Now,
Nung wala pa Milagro, wala silang choice kundi mag-appear sa Kongreso. Walang Milagro eh.
With regards to
Kaya kayo mga followers ni Quiboloy, alis na kayo dyan. Wala naman pala Milagro. Parati pa kayo hinihingan ng pera.
Unverified news. Ngayon, tinanong po natin, Mr. Chair, kanina sa mga legal counsel ng SMNI
regarding
Uy,
this
si
program.
Leo
at
Di
saka yung
Lope
mga
Mondalla,
statements ng dalawang
watching
actor
from San
person.
Bernardino,
But
California.
unfortunately, they were not in a position
Maritel
to
Banggil is with us. Silver
answer
De Leon.
our question.
Maricel
So,
Matias,
nandito na po yung dalawang
Mintos,
anchor person.
Rogelio Manansala,
Tanungin
Angel
ko po
Gonzaga,
kayo,
Emilia Talaugon.
sino po yung nagsabi na merong 1.8 billion pesos na ginastos ang
Si
Kongreso
Sheila
para
Santos.
sa traveling expenses, Mr. Chair?
May I request the honorable committee members and the chairman to allow me to answer about the question.
Answer ka na.
Ako po yung nagsabi sa forma ng pagtatanong mula po sa dalawang pinanggalingang impormasyon
Uy,
na
dalawa daw.
pumasok po sa amin, particularly
Dalawa,
sa
ha?
akin. And hindi po yung buong Kongreso ang tinutumbok ng pagtatanong ngayon kung hindi ang Office of the Speaker ni Speaker Martin Romualdez. So to give context to that, in-interview po namin si
Dennis
PDCC,
Taplador, shout out.
Anti-Corruption Commission Chairperson
Jimbo Baldado.
Greco Belica tungkol po sa 1.1 billion na allegation sa travel expenses ni Secretary Loizaga ng DENR. Live via Zoom siya. And then pumasok po yung unang impormasyon. Yung isang impormasyon ay unlisted number sa cellphone ko. Yung isa po ay
Unlisted.
kilala ko na source. At dati ko na po siyang nakakausap nung ako po ay nasa National Operations Command ng NPA. So matagal ko na siyang kilala.
Yung problema,
At bibigay siya ng mga impormasyon noon.
ikaw ang
Ako ay sa
pinaka-corrupt na
aktibo sa
NPA nakita ko eh.
So nagtutugma yung kanilang pagtatanong. Ka-Eric kindly ask the resource persons, former Secretary Greco Belica, kung totoo ba na may 1.8 billion na umabot na expenses si Speaker Martin Romualdez from the travel. So ako po yung unang nagbungad niyan habang ini-interview namin si Secretary Greco Belica. At ang source ko po, ang isa ay unlisted number.
Si
na text
Belhica,
message.
batang Duterte rin yun eh.
Pero tumugma ako doon sa isang source na kilala ko. And yun po ang dahilan kung bakit kami nagbungad noon without any intent of malice or imputing any
malicious
sign
yun.
of disrespect.
Di mo ba alam
to
yung
the
batas
Speaker
mo?
of the House because it is
Jetro Montero,
it is
present. Manuel
part of
Guerrero.
our editorial authority
Nag-aabang
and
rin ng
policy
Milagro.
to open questions pertaining to public interest issues. And sinabi namin na sana magpaliwanag dito si Speaker Martin Romualdez or ang House of Representatives as a matter of our obligation under the editorial authority provided by
Kung ako kay Martin, kasuhan ko yan ng cyber
Mr.
libel
Chair,
at saka
sorry.
libel.
When you delivered your statement, you presumed that
Kasuhan nyo
your source
na.
was
Cyber
correct.
libel at libel at
Kayo po ba
slander.
ay naniniwala na may 1.8 billion pesos na ginastos ang Kongreso para sa travel expenses?
Your Honor, kung naniniwala pa ako outright, hindi ibig sabihin affirmative ka agad ang posisyon ko. Yung tono po ng pag-deliver sa buong konteksto ng programa ay pagtatanong, clarification, because we want to clarify matters of public interest that are so serious, like the information na ibinahagi po sa amin. So wala po kaming conclusion doon.
Alam, Mr. Chair, may we know sino po ang source ninyo?
May I request Your Honor to refer to the legal advice of the legal team from the SMNI.
I don't think, Mr. Chair, I have to refer to the legal counsel.
Baka hingi yan ng executive session.
Sino po ba ang source ninyo? Remember that you're under oath.
I will ask for
And
executive
under,
session.
House rules, if you cannot answer my question truthfully,
I will
you
not
can try to
incriminate
confirm
myself,
and we
Your
can
Honor.
detain you. So again, let me...
I
ask you
invoke
again,
my
Mr.
right to
Chair.
self-incrimination.
Sino po ba ang source ninyo?
Again, may I request Your Honor to be guided properly on my legal rights.
Thank you,
and on my
Bituin
legal basis
Ginto,
and
sa
foundation
suporta sa
to
VAT team.
appropriately answer
Repl-
the question of the Honorable
Really appreciate
Congressman,
it.
so that I will be protected also of my constitutional and legal rights before I give the answer to a very sensitive request from the Honorable Congressman.
Mr. Chair, may I,
Yeah, Honorable Franz Castro.
kasi Mr. Chair, yung ating dalawang lawyer dito, they are corporate lawyers and they are not lawyer of individual anchor. So yun po ang sabi nila.
Alam po ninyo, bago po kayo dumating, kaklaruhin ko lang po yung sabi ni Congressman. ni Pong Castro. Kanina po, tinatanong po namin yung kayo. Ang sagot ko nila, hindi kami diyan dito para depensahan ang mga angkor namin. Andito kami for SMNI.
Nilaglag.
Ergo,
Nilaglag
wala po
ang
sa
angkor.
wala siyang otoridad na depensahan kayo.
Laglagan blues
That's why,
na, Jetro
firstly,
Montero.
now that we're asking you,
Yan ang milagro.
they already manifested under
Yan ang
oath.
milagro. Laglagan. Laglagan
Ah,
blues.
They're not here to defend you. Assist you. Therefore, we're asking, and we will have
Karma.
to be very clear that the question of the Honorable
So
Pimentel
sabi ng lawyer,
will be answered
hindi
directly
kami
by
andito
you.
para depensahan yung mga
Kasi-
angkor.
Kasi po,
Andito kami
pag-usapan
para
po
despensahan
natin,
lang yung
klaro naman
SMNI.
ho kayo kanina,
Nilaglag.
kami nagtanong sa inyo. Di ba,
Si
tatlong beses
Celis
ko
at saka
harapin
si
ang
Kwan.
President, andyan yan.
Si
Hindi ho kami nandito para depensa ng mga angkor namin. Kaya may disclaimer nga kami dyan. Kung ano sabihin nila, wala kami pakialam. Hindi yung sinasabi nyo kanina. Yes, Mr. Chair.
Nilaglag.
Now, the
Laglagan blues.
we cannot entertain that request because you manifested that earlier.
But for purposes of due
Mr.
process,
Chair, again,
Donald
ulitin
Trump.
ko, malapit na akong uminit ang ulo. I will move for cite in contempt.
Na, sabi ko
For
na,
not
isa
obeying
cite
the
in
rules.
contempt. Kanina pa eh.
again, sorry for that.
Kanina ko pa sinasabi, isa cite in contempt ang mga yan eh.
Inaantay namin yung permission ng chairman. Ikaw naman, resource person dito. Daldal ka ng daldal.
Pangalawang
Thank
beses
you,
na.
the Honorable
Pinahiya.
Apologize for that.
Ni Akop,
Yes.
dalawang
Now,
beses na. Pinahiya ang lawyer.
to the question of the
Sakit.
Honorable Pimentel.
Mr. Chair, again,
On national TV pa.
Eric, sino po bang source ninyo dito sa sinasabi ninyong pumasok?
Wala
ang
po, ako
Kongreso
lang, inimbento ko lang yan.
1.8 billion pesos para sa traveling expenses.
Your Honor, if I may respectfully be allowed to request the honorable body, this committee,
For an
since
executive session.
the question, I think, borders to my right about the protection of my source, as well as to my constitutional right, may I humbly request
Invoke
the
my right
committee,
to
are my constitutional
self-incrimination.
rights suspended in this committee hearing? Because it is my right, I believe, to have a legal advice on sensitive matters that require for me to be protected by my constitutional right. So, without offense meant to the honorable members of this committee,
Makontempt ka
may I
talaga
be
niyan.
allowed to exercise the constitutional right for me to have a counsel to properly advise me on legally sensitive questions,
Hindi yan.
which I believe
Hindi yan
may
korte.
lead into the encroachment of
Hindi
my
yan
fundamental
korte.
constitutional
Legislative body
guaranteed
lang
rights
yan.
in the Constitution.
Kahit sinong lawyer pwede mag-volunteer dyan.
Mr. Chair,
Is yes, the Honorable Akop is recognized.
we as a body or individually are not suppressing the rights of Mr. Celis. We're just asking him a question. If he wants to answer so, he answers. If not, he tells us the reason why he will not be able to answer.
I invoke my right to
Hindi naman namin
self-incrimination.
sinusuppress yung right mo rito eh. We're not. We're just asking you a question. Now, if you prefer to answer it, do so. If not, then you say so. Why not? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And also, it's not infringing, it is not an incriminatory, di ba? It's not incriminatory, therefore you can cite the right to self-incrimination.
Mr. Chair, aside from this and more than that, we are not conducting hearing under a court of law.
Correct.
We're
Sabi ko
conducting
na.
hearing in Congress.
Sabi ko na.
And I'm not very sure if you are entitled to a legal counsel.
Tama. Sabi ko
Hindi naman
na.
ito kaso itong inaatupag natin.
I told you so.
In aid of legislation. And it's a simple question
Correct.
because
This is not a
what
court
we're
of
trying
law.
to determine here, Mr. Chair, ikaw yung sinabi ho ninyo, totoo ba yun o hindi? Based on the privileged speech of Congressman J.J. Romualdez, or Romualdez rather than J.J. Suarez, we would like to know, kasi baka naman tainted itong source mo, whether this was politically motivated. In fact, hindi ko nga alam kung bakit na pinalabas yung 1.8 billion pesos yung traveling expenses ni Speaker, when in fact, for your enlightenment, Yusek Loring and Ka Eric, Mr. Chair, andito po yung finance officer natin. Nandito po din kanina si Secretary General Velasco.
Sinasagot nila
Para
yung
madinig
tanong
po
ni
lang
Vat.
ninyo,
Magkano ba talaga ang
to Mr.
travel
Howie
expenses?
Magkano ang ginastos ng Kongreso at ni Speaker for this year para sa traveling expenses? Para madinig po ni Ka Eric at saka ni Lorraine.
Yan, ayan na.
With your permission, Mr. Chair, for the Office of the Speaker, the total expenses for the travel
Okay.
is 4.3 million, more or less, Mr. Chair. And for the other expenses, for the other official expenses, it's 35.2 million, Mr.
Okay. Mr.
Chair.
Chair,
Mr. Chair.
it is very clear po, no, Ka Eric and Lorraine. Ang ginastos lang po ni Speaker Romualdez was 4.3 million pesos from January to October. Ang Kongreso was 35 million. So ang kabuuan po ng gastos ng Kongreso, including yung travel ni Speaker, was only 39 million pesos. Pero yung sa show ninyo, ang sinabi nyo kay Speaker lang ang binanggit ninyo, hindi yung sa Kongreso. So actually, it was only 4.3 million pesos. Napakalayo naman po doon sa sinabi niyo na 1.8 billion pesos. Hindi po kaya na ginagamit ninyo ang SMNI for a smear campaign? Because in the recent months, ilang mga shows, ilang mga programa ng SMNI was directed to malign, to attack Congress as an institution. Kaya po tanong ko, baka naman yung programa ninyo, ginagamit na rin yan para atakihin ang Kongreso. Kaya we need to know yung source ninyo. Because if not, baka naman gawa-gawa lang ninyo na yung sinasabi niyong source, wala naman kayong source. Kaya gusto namin malaman kung ito ba ay gagawa-gawa ninyo or according to you, there's a source. Because we want also to know whether SMNI is liable for the violation of Section 4 of your franchise. Sinasabi kanina ni Attorney Tolentino, meron silang disclaimer. But on the other hand, there is a conflict. But on the other hand, may disclaimer nga sila na wala daw silang pakialam sa kung anong sabihin ng mga anchor persons. However, he said that your talents of SMNI paid by SMNI. So meaning you're under control of SMNI. So that disclaimer does not apply. Mag-apply lang siguro yung disclaimer if you're a black timer. But according to SMNI officials, you are talents of SMNI. So directly, you are under their management and supervision. Kaya dapat, Mr. Chair, malaman natin yung source. O baka naman guni-guni lang ni Ka Eric yung source na yun. You have two sources, you said. Yung unang source, taga saan ba? Or from where? From media ba? From Congress?
Mr. Chair, may I please say something first, Mr. Chair? Could I?
Si Badoy.
The question is directed to Ka Eric. So, can you please reply?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'm directing the question to Ka Eric because he said earlier, I asked both of them, sabi niya siya nagsalita nung sa 1.8 billion pesos. Gusto natin ma-certain, sinasabi niya may dalawang source siya. Saan nga nanggaling yung source, Mr. Chair? Until now, napakasimpleng tanong po ito, this is not self-incriminating because
kung lugar na lang kaya, taga Davao ba yung dalawang source? Ama at anak ba yung dalawang source?
Ano may kakaso sa inyo? Isasabihin lang naman din yung source. Unless sabi ko nga, wala talagang source.
Taga Davao po sila.
May I be allowed to reply to the question, Mr. Chairman, please, and to the Honorable Congressman.
Mag-ama po, mag-ama.
In the practice of journalism, the protection of the integrity and the trust and confidence of the source in the stories or in the information gathered related to stories are sacred. They are like contracts.
Actually, may batas
If not
yan.
legally as a contract, sacred po yun para sa mga journalists.
Hindi nga siya journalist, hindi niya alam. May
I know how
batas
they also feel
filed by
kapag
Jinggoy
pinili
Estrada for
na ang source nila
protection
ilabas
of
nila
sources.
doon sa mga
Hindi niya
sensitive
alam,
information.
hindi siya taga-media.
So yun po ang aking inaalala. Dahil ang source ko na ito, Congressman Pimentel, sir, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, matagal ko na siyang source nung nasa NPA pa ako. At wala po akong pag-aalangan na ang kanyang mga impormasyon na ibinibigay ay tumutugma doon sa mga impormasyon na nakukuha ko when I was still part of the National Intelligence Unit of the NPA National Operations Command. So kilala ko siya. The other source, sinabi ko na po, Your Honors, ito po ay unlisted number. Dinelete ko siya, pero nagulat lang ko na tumugma sa isang source na kilala ko. And I had a meeting with him. May pinakita siya, ayun tuloy, na-reveal ang gender. Nalalaki siya. I had a meeting with the source at may pinakita sa mga documents.
Ex-official ba?
Because I have to seek audience and guidance from the editorial authority of SMNI.
Timing na tayo, sabi ni 99, no coaching daw, no coaching.
Because the source texted us during the interview live kay former Secretary Greco Bilica. So nang kinausap ko siya, sabi ko we need the documents to sustain the discussion. So hindi po ito smear campaign or isang kampanyang orchestrated para sumira sa imahen at integridad ng House of Representatives. I believe, sako po ito ng tamang paglulunsad ng press freedom at gawaing pang-journalist, yung ginagawa namin. Dahil kami po ay naniniwala na public interest issue na magkaroon ng pagpapaliwanag sa pamamagitan po ng paghahayag na ito, kagaya ng we are now very enlightened. Thank you so much, Your Honors, na sinabi po dito na less than 5 million pala yung expenses ni Speaker Martin Romualdez at yung buong House of Representatives ay nasa 35 million lang. So kung inilahad namin ito as a series of special report, we need vetting and verification dun sa source. Hindi ko po siya pwedeng ma-reveal because pag na-reveal siya, there were a lot of information.
Thank you, Ivy Cruz, for supporting the VAT team.
Niya sa akin dahil kami ay
Really
may
appreciate the
mabuting
help. Salamat po.
tungkol sa secrecy of information. So kaya po ako humihingi ng pag-unawa ng body na ito na kapag ito po siya ay ma-reveal, eh baka maraming makakalkal na mga impormasyon na hindi na
Mr.
kailangan.
Chair, sinasabi kanina ni Ka-Eric na tumutugma. Kanina pa he's right, saying the word how many times yung tumutugma. Sa tingin ba ninyo tumutugma yung 1.8 billion pesos doon sa 4.3 million pesos na it is on record, it is a public document, we can release that to the public? Napakalayo naman. Ba't ka magsasabi na tumutugma? Eh wala naman pagtutugma yung 1.8 billion pesos to 4.3. It's a simple arithmetic. Napakalayo naman po. And then you said earlier, Mr. Chair, Eric, sabi niya na binibet yung source. In this case, very clear, you did not bet your source.
Correct.
Paano naman yung sasabihin mong 1.8 to ano? Kung nagtanong lang kayo dito sa Kongreso, magkano eh mas lalong tutugma doon ano, pero yung sinasabi mo yun, walang pagtutugma yun.
Mas lalong sumabit.
1.8 billion pesos.
Matatanggal talaga ng franchise nito.
Pesos.
Your Honor, I keep
At saka lang po, Mr. Chair, kaya tinatanong namin ang source mo, baka naman politically motivated.
Correct.
Yan. Baka naman yung source mo
Taga Davao.
politiko na gusto lang manira. As you have said, kailangan i-vet, but very clear, it was not vetted yung source mo. Paano tiging 1.8 billion pesos ang 4.3 million pesos?
Sir, if I
Ato tatanong ko sa iyo, Mr. Chair, you are part of media. Hindi kaya nasunog ka doon sa informasyon na binigay sa'yo?
Hindi yan part ng media. Hausyaw yan.
Yes.
Peke yan, peke.
Baka
Never yan
na
naging
with
parte
respect
ng
to
media.
Mr. Pimentel, hindi ko po sinasabi na tumutugma doon sa data na inirelease ng Finance Committee. Tumutugma yung source ko doon sa nag-text. Kahit i-review po natin yung record, naka-record po naman tayo lahat. Tumutugma, kaya ako binigyan ng pagkakataon, nabigyan ng atensyon, Congressman Pimentel, Sir, Your Honor. Tumutugma yung unang text doon sa ibinigay na information din ng source.
Yeah, I know, I understand yung Mr. Chair. Sinasabi mo, kino-compare mo yung unang source mo doon sa pangalawang source mo. Sinasabing pareho,
Yun.
which is pareho silang mali.
Yes,
Di ba? Ngayon, Mr. Chair,
Yes
tanong
daw.
ko sa'yo,
Yes daw.
aminin mo ba na mali yung impormasyon mo?
Ngayon po.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, that's why we need vetting.
Inamin na mali.
Special report
Lagot
or
ka.
news.
Mas lalong
It was
matanggal
recorded
kayo
in
ng
the
franchise.
It was a comment.
Sa very clear, it is on record, it is on the minute.
Inaamin na mali.
po ninyo
Wala na, tapos
nagkamali
na.
kayo ng information
Tapos
ninyo
na ang boxing.
dahil sa nasabi nyo 1.8 pero 4.3 lang. Now, since nagkamali kayo, are you willing to recant your statements and apologize to Congress?
If that will heal the wound of the degree of an amount of insult.
Pwede na ba yan sa inyo?
That was
Apology lang?
forwarded to
Tanggalin nyo yung
Congress.
franchise.
Kung ganun pong epekto niyan, wala pong problema sa akin personally yon. Because trabaho po namin na kilalanin ang
Uulitin
pagkakamali
nila
ng
yan.
pagkakamali. Pero trabaho din po namin ang magtanong kung may dapat itanong. Ang pagpapaliwanag po sa mga datos na ito ay isang oportunidad na nanggaling doon sa pagtatanong. And we are very much willing to admit that indeed the source was wrong. In this committee hearing, we are very appreciative of the guidance provided by us by the data. Sa tanong ni Honorable Congressman Pimentel, am I ready to personally apologize to Speaker Martin Romualdez and to the House of Representatives for the effect of insult created by that kind of questioning, which is now being given a proper enlightenment? Yes, sir. My answer is on the affirmative, Congressman Pimentel.
Mr. Chair, Eric, let me
Pampapogi pa.
very clear. The matter that we are discussing here is not a matter of insult.
Tama.
What we are discussing or what we are deliberating is what is the truth.
Yun.
Yun po eh. Hindi
Oy,
naman
thank you kay
sabihin na-
Adelma Atienza for
na
appreciating
we are
my
conducting inquiry dahil
my
na-insultong
office.
Kongreso, na-insultong-
Ako lang ata
We are conducting
vlogger na may halaman, di ba?
inquiry. Kasi lumalabas na
Kahit sa Sambuanga, kahit pangit yung office ko doon. O yung VAT studio. May halaman rin kahit iisa lang.
To accept the fact na nagkamali po kayo.
Thank
Because,
you, Romy Dimero,
hindi
sa
lang
support.
ito yung cases na nangyari sa SMNI. Earlier, wala pa po kayo. Si Atty. Domingo has already stated that there have been many cases that have been filed against SMNI. Sa pang-aapi nga, sa mga individual. So it seems that SMNI is going to that direction where it is being used, the franchise is being used to attack individuals. Yun dapat hindi naman yun ang mandato ninyo. It is very clear in Section 4 that you should not disseminate fake news or unverified reports. And then, kanina nga, sinabi ni Attorney Tolentino that yes, there are many cases, but they have not been found guilty. It's not a matter of being convicted, but rather, although it's true, wala pa hong guilty verdict yung mga kaso, but the fact remains that there have been so many cases filed against SMNI simply means that meron ho kayong mga violations. Simply means na marami na kayong inatake kasi kung wala, edi wala sanang kaso. Iba ho yung matter ng being found guilty. But the fact still remains na kaya nga kayo pinailan ng kaso as what Atty. Domingo has said because of your vicious attacks on individuals. And ngayon, inaatake na naman yun yung Kongreso, which has been done before, hanggang kailan kayo magtitigil? Sana naman po, this should just be a reminder to the anchor persons na bago kayo magpalabas ng mga reports ninyo, sabi mo nga, kailangan i-vet this time around, hindi nyo na-vet ng insakto, because reputations of individuals and political leaders are at stake. So sana naman po, wag na niyong gamitin yung programa ninyo para sa pag-atake ng mga individual. But rather, sabi nga ninyo, yung programa niyo laban para sa bayan. Hindi na laban para sa bayan nyo, kundi pag-atake na sa mga individual. So yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Just po klaro ka. Alam po ninyo, hindi naman ho kayo personal ang ano eh. Kaya nga sinabi ko, wala naman pong ano to eh. Hindi po kayo personal ang aming ang rason kung bakit po tayo nandito. Ang talagang rason ho nito, at hindi naman po to press freedom. Ang ano dito, meron bang violation sa prangkisa?
Correct. Balik kayo dyan, yan ang
Okay?
issue.
Ito po ang punot dulo ng...
Kahit mag-apologize pa, may
Yes.
violation na sa
Okay, it's about...
franchise. Di ba yan ang vlog natin
Is
this
there
morning?
a violation of the franchise?
Advance tayo parati.
Kaya po, nasa committee kayo ng legislative franchise. Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Yung katabi ho
Binasa pa
wanted to
natin yung
speak,
franchise nila. Di ba?
Ma'am,
Yes, just
Ma'am Lorraine,
very
Doy,
quick,
you
know,
wanted to speak.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
You have the floor, ma'am.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you so much.
Isa pa yan.
I just want to respond to the Honorable Pimentel when he said that there was
Ito.
might be a smear campaign against Congress. And that's farthest from the truth po. Kasi me personally, my father was a congressman for a very long time. I was a very young girl when I ran the whole, dito ako tumatakbo, dito ako lumaki po sa Patbatasan.
Iyak na ata yan.
My mother when I was very young. So this place is very dear to me, as well as the work of the people in Congress. So walang-wala po yan sa isip namin, lalo na sa...
yan nga parati ginagawa nyo eh. Araw-araw eh.
Yung
Sa red tagging nyo eh.
Institusyon.
Huwag kayong maniwala dyan.
Gusto kong mawala sa isip ninyo na hindi po, walang katiting na katotohanan doon.
Meron.
Puno kami ng respeto at admiration
Walang
sa
respeto.
trabaho ng Kongreso. Alam namin yon. At yung pangbababoy na ginagawa sa Kongreso, aware po kami dyan. Aware kami at kasama ninyo kami sa paglinis ng Kongreso.
Parang umiiyak na.
Ang hikain ng SMNI. Kung kaya't ginagawa namin ito at kung kaya't ako'y nagpapasalamat sa napakalinaw na sagot na binigay nyo ngayon na 35 million lang pala at saka 4 million lang pala. So maliwanag na there are really people in our country who are out to destroy Congress. Alam na alam po namin yan, sir. Hindi lang ang Kongreso, kundi ang buong bansa. Alam po namin yan. At sa SMNI, ang totoo po ito, hindi po pera ang motibasyon namin kung hindi pagmamahal sa bayan. Alam ko na halos non-profit na yan.
Non-profit. 100,000 a month, non-profit.
It's not a sexy topic. It's
libre sana.
NPA, NDF. And that is our dream to finally rid of our country.
Kumita na kayo sa red tagging eh. Sana libre na lang ang kwanyo.
Dumudulog kami sa inyo na isipin niyo naman na kami ang partners niyo dito kasi yun po ang katotohanan. Yun lang po, sir.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Suarez is recognized.
I just want to go back to Eric.
Buti naman.
Yung source po ninyo,
hindi pinansin yung drama ni Badoy.
Unverified number at isang dating source nyo sa CPP-NPA. Sino po siya?
With due respect to Honorable Suarez, sir, I refuse to answer because I think it is my right to protect my source as a journalist. And since it is very clear that the source failed to authenticate and validate the information provided for us, as per revelation in Congress right now, Congressman Suarez, Mr. Chairman, sir. So it means that it will be between us and the source already to talk. And I do not see any need to reveal him because he had helped a lot as a source in my previous operations.
And the other source you mentioned is an unverified number.
Yes, sir.
Unlisted.
Unlisted.
Do you still have the text active?
No, I'm trying to retrieve. That's why I was trying to check the message box. Wala na po, sir.
Wala na.
Na
Milagro na, na Milagro.
So what you're saying is one source is an unverified number and the other source is
a previous source.
My source is the appointed son of God.
Mo sa CPP-NPA.
Sorry, Your Honor. Hindi siya CPP-NPA, hindi, pero nakakatrabaho po niya ang unit namin sa National Intelligence ng NPA.
At siya po ay isang pribadong mamamayan.
Opo. Right now, nasa I will wait for the advice of the council to reveal kasi matitrace siya, sir. Pag sinabi ko kung saan siya ngayon.
Well, look, we need to, if you're gonna be secretive about divulging information, it puts question on the validity of your statements. Because now you're hiding the truth by, all sorts of layers and layers and layers of reasons. It's just a valid question. Who is your source? Yeah. Because if your source, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me.
Sino po kayo? Yeah, but we need to take your oath. So I suggest that you...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we be informed who that lady in brown is, Mr. Chair?
Ano po pangalan nila? Ana. Mapakikuha lang yung pangalan niya. Thank you. Tsaka anong posisyon niya.
Kasi if she wants to be recognized, she can get a seat and speak.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, anyway, so Eric, going back. So, yung source po ninyo, isang taong hindi nyo kilala kasi unverified yung number. Tapos yung isa dati yung kasamahan at pinaghuhugutan ng impormasyon.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Ang lalaking ito, sinabi niyo lang na lalaki, may himo. Oo, nakita di umano kayo at may dokumentong pinakita. Yung dokumentong yun, nasa na po yun?
Nasa kanya po.
Nasa kanya.
Kasi sana magkakaroon pa ng next meeting.
Halata talaga na
The meeting was
invento.
already overtaken by events. Dahil sa investigation na ito.
Saan po kayo nagkita?
In a private place po. Malapit lang po sa area kung saan din po nakatira siya ngayon.
Aminin mo na, si Pastor Quiboloy yan, source mo.
Sa area.
Nasa Maynila lang siya po, sir, ngayon.
Okay.
Edilberto Carrion, di talaga pwede si
Even
Marcoleta
you have to
dyan
give
dahil
more validity to your,
Duterte boy yun.
Statement.
Isa rin yun.
You were so quick to
Isa rin yun
mention
enabler.
1.8 billion. But now when we're talking about specifics, now you're starting to become, for some reason, evasive. So, my question is, when did you see your source?
Mr. Chairman and Honorable Suarez, sir, kahapon lang.
Uy, kahapon lang. Ha?
Kahapon kayo nakita?
Because he texted the message. During the time...
Binanatan muna niya bago nagpakita sa source.
Greco Belican.
So kahapon kayo nakita. Kahapon is Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
Kaso lang Tuesday ako nag-deliver ng point of personal and collective privilege. Monday, nyo pinalabas yung show.
Tama po.
Tapos kahapon lang kayo nagkita.
Kasi kahapon lang siya available. He came from the province during a travel.
Okay, so kailan na
galing pa sa Davao
yung dokumento na sinabi mong pinagbasihan mo ng 1.8 billion?
Ipinakita niya lang po, maraming mga documents yun. Hindi lang po.
Kailan?
Kahapon.
Hindi ko maintindihan. You said on Monday night, was that a live broadcast or a tape?
Live broadcast.
It was live broadcast where you stated that the speaker spent 1.8 billion.
As a question, please, sponsor.
Yeah, no, it was a statement. We can debate later whether it was a statement, but okay. You mentioned 1.8 billion on Monday. What was the basis of the 1.8 billion? You said it came from two sources. One unverified number and one from your source that you don't want to mention. My question is, when did you meet and see the documents to give that statement that you issued on Monday?
The 1.8 billion as a reference question po, itinext niya na. So sabi ko, do you have the document? Sabi niya, nasa out of town pa ako. Wednesday ako.
Actually,
nasa Davao pa ako.
Nung Lunes.
Kaya nga tinanong namin.
Okay. Di klaro na. So nakatanggap ka ng dalawang text.
Dalawang text.
Nung Lunes. Ngayon, yung nagpadala sa'yo, nakilala mo na matagal, government employee ba siya?
Dating
I would
presidente
only
po.
proceed to give details about the source when it is clarified by a legal competent advisor.
It's a yes or no?
I request to refuse the answer.
Correct.
To answer.
I'm sorry.
Yan, sabi ko na ba, di ba? Parang I invoke my right to self-incrimination.
You're here to uphold the integrity.
Sabi ko
and
na
health
nga
of the
ba,
House and cover the
sasabihin
truth.
nila yun.
So let's uncover the truth. Is he or she a government employee?
May I request? There are lawyers in the room.
It's just a yes or no, Ka-Eric.
Bigyan nyo na ng lawyer
Because
para
when
wala
I
ng dahilan.
state kung saan siya connected at ano siya, it will really
No,
now
just tell
go
me.
on with the question.
No, it's just a government
Ikulong
employee.
nyo na,
Yes or
kulong
no?
nyo na,
Yes.
contempt nyo na.
As a government employee.
Yes.
Okay. So now does the government employee work in Congress?
No further answer about that, sir.
No, it's yes or no. Does he work in Congress?
No, sir.
No. No. Okay. Because in your statement, you said, based on my source in Congress,
Yun nga eh, niloloko mo pala
gumastos si Speaker
yung audience
Martin
mo.
Romualdez ng 1.8
Niloloko.
billion pesos.
Huling-huli
Sinabi
ka.
mo, based
Patawa-tawa
on my
ka
source
pa.
from Congress.
Patawad. O,
And
pwede
you
si
just said
Dexter
now
Anastasio.
that he is
Si
not
Polong yun. O
an
yun,
employee
Keko
of
Kex,
Congress.
thank you.
Lower house, no.
Nagbigay ng big
Congress is
support
two,
sa atin si
Senate
Keko
and lower
Kex.
house. Not from the lower
Salamat,
house.
Keko Kex.
Congress
And mabuhay
is
po kayo.
composed of two houses.
Uy, parang
Lower
sinasabi
house
niya galing
and
sa
Senate.
Senate. Bato,
So,
is that
wala po
you?
sa House of
Bongo,
Representatives.
is that you?
So what you're saying is, sa Senado.
Yan, lagot
Obviously.
ka.
Diba? So kasi,
Eh baka pa-imbestigahan din ako ng Senado.
Paimbestigahan ka
Kasi
talaga
ang
ng
sinabi
Senado
mo
yan.
doon,
Lagot
ang
ka.
sinabi mo sa statement mo,
Lagot
based
ka.
on my source in Congress.
Lumalaki na yung problema
And you just
mo.
said, na your source is not in Congress.
It's in the
Oops,
Senate.
Senado
Lagot
pala.
ka. Lumalaki yung problema
Because I
mo.
was
Lagot
thinking
ka.
Congress is the lower house.
Yes.
But now I am very clarified that when you are
So
going
okay,
to be
now we're
particular,
starting to see a pattern, ka Eric, that when you issue statements, we need to go through a process of filtration and clarification before we can actually get to the real truth.
Galing rin
And
ito
that is
si
a
Suarez,
process
ha?
of proper discussion that requires interaction with the source, with the
Which
delivery of information.
unfortunately is not proper in media practice.
Correct.
Will I respect your opinion, sir?
Did you undergo a KBP seminar? And are you a proper...
Galing ako
are
sa
you,
Philippine Inquirer. Hindi ko
verified
nakita
member
yan
of the
kahit
KBP?
saan.
Correct?
Peke yan, peke.
Personally, sir, I am not a registered kapisanan ng broadcaster member, but I do
Tama.
not see it as a requirement
So-
for me to be a broadcaster.
Yeah, so therefore, you did not undergo the seminar on the Code of Ethics.
But I read it,
No. Okay.
and I understand how it is contented.
So,
Answer lang, yes or no?
Yeah, there was no seminar held about that question of Honorable Suarez.
so you did not attend the seminar. You weren't given any verification from the KBP?
Personally, I was not given any
Because meron po
certificate.
sa Code of Ethics na sinusunod. At doon po sa Code of Ethics na sinasabi nila, babasahin ko lang po Pagdating sa mga unconfirmed reports shall not be aired
Tama.
unless there is an immediate and urgent need for the public to know about them, such as when the public needs to be warned of the possibility of an imminent danger.
Yan, imminent danger. Tama yan.
When such reports are aired, it must be emphasized that they are unconfirmed. You did not mention that the figure you gave was unconfirmed.
Sir, may I respond, please? Your Honor, Mr. Chairman. 3 beses ko pong binalikan yung episode na binabanggit ni Honorable Suarez. We did not conclude, we did not insist that gospel truth yung information. What I said there is, we are going to verify from Congress, from the Office of Speaker Martin Romualdez, and we are calling out that kind of notice because we know that we need to follow up on the report and information, but because it was aired as a context reference to the interview of former Secretary Greco Bilica pertaining to DNR expenses on travel, biglaan po siyang lumusot doon sa pag-uusap na yun.
So then there's responsibility on your part, Ka Eric. Kasi kung may ganyang kalaking numero, at the very least, dapat sasabihin ninyo or dapat tinanong nyo muna yung House Secretary General. Ang laking number nun, ha?
Yeah, 1.8 billion.
1.8 billion. At kung sino mang ordinaryong mamamayan ang makakarinig mula sa telebisyon na gumastos ang speaker ng 1.8 billion pesos, nakakapanira po ng puri yun. Kaso lang, you were blatant enough to come out on TV and say it straightforward. And the discussion was, and if I remember it right, sinabi mo, tapos sinabi po yata ni Yusek Badoy, how do you spend 1.8 billion pesos? That's such a huge amount. Siguro hindi na umuwi yan sa bahay. At tapos sinabi mo pa, dinagdagan mo, at base sa source ko, hindi lang 1.8 billion to. Kasi kung isasama mo ang entourage, aabot pa po to ng 2 bilyong piso.
Grabe, 2 bilyon.
Yes, that is not a question.
But the
Tama.
context should be factored in, sir, Your Honor.
No,
Hindi
That
ang
is not a
question. Declaration na yan.
Observation, I will
Ay,
respect.
That is a
Hindi.
clear statement.
Is-
Because if you
oo,
wanted to pose a
It is a
question,
clear
you would
declaration.
have said, we
Correct.
have an unverified number. And this is
Oo.
not confirmed.
Niloloko
And
mo
we
kami,
want to
pati
seek
Kongreso.
clarification on this.
Oy, thank you
And
si
before
Kat
we throw
Untilla
this
ha,
number out, because
for
it is so
supporting
huge,
the VAT
we
team.
will first seek
Mucho
the
imas gracias, Kat Untilla.
guidance or the certification from the House of Representatives. Kasi lang hindi po eh. Nilabas yun eh. Na ang tanong ko, KBP, nandito po ba kayo? Ano po ang usual practice ninyo pag kayo po ay makakatanggap? Kunyari, kayo po, broadcaster, at napalagay po kayo sa posisyon ni Ka Eric. Meron po kayong isang source na talagang nagbibigay ng mga balita sa iyo, tapos may isang number na nag-text sa inyo. Ano pong practice ang gagawin ng isang KBP member bago ilabas ang datos?
Verification, Your Honor, from another source
Verification from another source.
or from the party alleged to or being imputed on.
Okay. Or from the party being alleged.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now my question is, following our discussion, did they follow those two steps?
My opinion is they did not, Your Honor.
Correct.
Thank you very much. So going back, Mr. Chair, so I'll just reserve my other questions.
Dapat ginawa dyan, kung may
Very much,
impormasyon,
Honorable J.J. Suarez.
sinubukan
Hindi po,
kunin yung mga dokumento or
hindi po siya nag-send
kinontak
message.
yung inaatake para bigyan ng
Hindi po
dokumento
siya
sa kanila or para sagutin.
Miyembro ng KBP. Tanong, hindi din siya dapat tumunod dun sa broadcaster. Is he bounded by the broadcaster's code? Or?
Well, since he's not a KVP, there's no direct authority of KVP over him. However, the authority is over the network.
Correct,
Who's bound
tama.
to use only accredited.
Kaya tanggalin ang SMNI.
So you're now telling me that that is
Para
a
matanggal yan si Eric at saka si
violation
Badoy.
on the rules of KBP.
That's
Oy,
correct,
Sid
Your Honor.
Alcantara,
Thank you.
thank you very much ha. Sa support sa VAT team.
I'm personally
Mabuhay po kayo. Really appreciate this.
accredited.
Salamat po
All persons who go in there and remember
for supporting independent blogging.
Is that clear with all franchisees,
all members of KVP.
all members of KBP? That's very clear.
That's a given rule, Your Honor.
And this has been there for quite some time, that rule,
Since the beginning of KBP 50
which
years
is when?
ago. 50 years ago, Your Honor.
50. Thank you very much. Okay, the Honorable Romeo Ako is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kanina pa po ako nakikinig sa mga tanong at sagot eh. And I would like to thank the Honorable Castro for giving me her slot. Kasi mula pa ako kanina umaga dito, Mr. Chair, dahil nag-hearing kami sa Committee on Transportation ng 9 o'clock. Now, going back to Madam Yusek Badoy.
Lagot ka, Badoy.
Hindi po kayo, yung programa po ninyo ay hindi po programa ng paninira ng puri ng isang tao. Did I hear it right?
Lagot ka, Badoy.
Mr. Chair, yes, you heard it right.
Yeah. Meron po ba kayong YouTube account?
Ako po, sir. Mr.
Yes.
Chair, ako. Meron, Mr. Chair, pero hindi ko halos tinitignan.
Kasi, sinong nagpo-post nito mga pinapadala sa akin? For example, Lorraine, Mariti, Badoy. SMNI is being silenced because of the current alignment of the speaker with the terrorist CPP, NPA, NDF in Congress. Our Facebook page has been taken down again. Our right to free expression is the bedrock of democracy.
Lagot ka.
Po sa akin dito.
Lagot ka.
Pangalan nyo na rin po ang nandito. Dated 18 November.
Lagot ka. Huli ka dyan.
No one wins a fight against Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Lagot ka.
I do not know what your basis there.
Andyan yung resibo.
Anong klaseng laban ang sinasabi po ninyo? Least of all, a corrupt trapo oligarch who had the bad sense to draw the first blood and a lack of political sophistication
Ayan
to
na.
align
Ayan na.
with the highly despised terrorist front of the CPP,
Resibo.
NDF,
Resibo.
and the Kamatayan Bloc.
Kamatayan Bloc.
Picture po ni Speaker nandito. Ang sumunod po ay 10 November. Nandito yung mukha ni Speaker, CPR.CPP ang nakalakay.
Lagot. Sabi ko na, hinahalungkat lahat eh.
The Honorable Ako, please look at the screen, no? Nasa screen po natin. Yung mga binabanggit po ni Congressman Ako. Can you matapit?
Kaya, yun nga po yung gusto kong tanungin. Tapos, ito sa last, pinadala ko lang kasi ito. Nakalagay dito, pangalan na naman ninyo, dated 10 November, the deadly combination that has stood in the way of our country's progress and that has created massive poverty and the death of countless Filipinos, the unprincipled, power-hungry, overly ambitious politician with no true love for country and blood-sucking communist terrorists.
Blood-sucking.
Nakalagay po dito, litrato po magkayakap pa. Si Speaker Martin Romualdez at saka si
the next slide.
Mr.
Can we get
Chair,
the
is
next
that
slide?
a Facebook account?
Hindi niya alam.
I don't know.
Grabe talaga.
I don't have a
Kung
Facebook.
peke yan noon pa
Yun,
sana,
nakita ko yung-
nag-call out mo na hindi page mo yan.
Okay. Nakita niyo
Grabe.
naman po ito, siguro.
Napaka sinungaling talaga
Kasi
ng
ang
mga
pangalan
ito.
niyo po nandito. Kaya nga
Responsable
tinatanong
ka
ko,
sa
ito ba?
kwan mo,
Maybe
sa
the question of
Facebook or YouTube site mo.
Where is it, Mr. Chair?
Uy,
I'm
kuwari
not
hindi
so
pa
clear.
alam. My goodness,
I have,
grabe.
there are a lot of
I-contempt
fake
nyo na
accounts
yan.
that use my name, Mr. Chair.
Aray, ginagamit daw pangalan niya. I-contempt nyo na yan.
Ano?
Sinungaling
Mr. Chair,
talaga.
marami pong naggagawa ng account ko pero fake.
Okay.
Fake
Ano
daw.
po yan, Mr. Chair? Facebook po ba yan? Or YouTube?
Ay, hindi ba niya?
YouTube, sinabi ko kanina.
Twitter.
This screenshot
Oy,
was sent to
Bochog,
me.
thank you ha sa
YouTube is
support
a
sa VAT
video
team.
account po.
Thank you very much, Bochog, sa support sa
So you're denying
sa
this?
independent blogging.
No.
I
Actually-
can't see what it is, Mr. Chair.
Can we enlarge it? Pwede mo natin lakihan
Tingnan
makita,
natin
kaya-
kung makuha natin yun. Sinungaling talaga, grabe. Pambihira, huling-huli na. Ano ba yung account niya? Lorraine Marie B. Badoy. Sa kanya talaga yan eh.
Pwede bang, ma'am, pwede po lumapit po tayo. Makita ko nyo. Lumapit na lang po kayo. Ito ba post nyo? Sa inyo po ba to?
Sa kanya talaga yan eh.
Yung
Twitter.
Kwan, magkayakap si Kwan.
I-contempt nyo na yan. Baka sabihin yan, hindi yan Lorraine Badoy, Lorraine Baboy yan. Baka yan ang kwan niya, excuse niya dyan.
Mr. Chair, wala akong Facebook account.
Hindi nga yan, YouTube
So,
yan.
hindi nyo po post yan.
Parang hindi siya, but do I share the same opinion? Is that the question po ba, Mr. Chair?
No, my question is, are you denying that this came from you?
Sulatan nyo yung Facebook.
Dapat pangalan niyo po eh.
Sulatan nyo yung
That is my
YouTube.
question.
If you search me kasi sir
My
sa...
question is answerable by yes or no. You can deny it or you can affirm it. Which is which?
If that's a
Lagot.
Facebook account, it's not mine.
It's not yours.
It's not mine, sir.
Yes,
If it's
good.
Facebook.
Yun lang po ang kailangan na
It was Twitter. Would it have been yours?
If it's
Twitter.
Yes.
Twitter sa inyo.
Yes.
So, the content 2 weeks ago, November 10, November 18, you do not remember that.
I'm not so active in social media anymore, Mr.
Papa.
Chair. Yeah.
But that could have been possibly yours if that's Twitter.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Yes,
you.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, that could have been hers. Most likely, go Twitter. Looks like it's Twitter.
loud and clear, Mr. Chair. Deny naman yan sa kanya eh. Officially, on record.
Ayan, lagot ka.
May I ask the...
Kung ma-prove ng Congress na sa'yo yun,
kapisanan
eh
ng
di
mga
kwan ka.
broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
kulong ka for perjury. You just perjured yourself. Lagot ka.
Did I hear you right that Mr. Celis is not a member of the Kapisanan?
It's not accredited. It's not an accredited broadcaster.
What's the difference between the two?
The member is Suarasug Media Corporation, Your Honor. The
So-
members of KBB consist of networks.
Okay, so he is not accredited as an official member of the Kapisanan ng mga broadcasters na Pilipinas. Tama?
Uy, si Erwin
Yes,
Bray
Your Honor.
Mendoza,
That's the way of
galing
putting
from
Yes.
Oslo,
And,
Norway. Wow.
Did I hear it also?
Si
right?
Alex Victor
na
Espiritu
ang
is
membro
here.
ay
Si
yung
Cavern.
Network?
That's correct,
Si
Your Honor.
Edward's
And
cute eye
therefore, if the
catcher.
network is a member
Adelma
of the Kapisanan,
Atienza.
it is bound to follow your code of
Roxette
conduct. or code of
Liabres.
ethics.
Thank you for
That's
watching.
correct, Your Honor.
Yeah. Now,
Si Alan
and
Vidal,
therefore, if
James
we follow your
Mendoza,
logic,
Ben Spineda.
if the network is bound by the code of ethics or code of conduct of the Kapisanan na ng broadcaster ng Pilipinas, then they should abide with the provisions of the code of conduct. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Now, after hearing all the discussions, the questions and answers this afternoon, would you say that they have followed the provisions of your code of conduct?
Your Honor, I beg your indulgence, but in the context of what has been presented, and of which I am informed in this hearing, the network is lacking in observance of the code of conduct.
Yan. Yun.
We go to section 3.
Inamin na ng kwan, ng
objectivity of your code.
KBP.
It says in paragraph
Na hindi
3,
sila sumusunod sa mga kwan nila.
Factual and objective. I refer to the term factual. May I know your definition of what factual is?
Your Honor, is the question addressed to me?
Yeah.
The
You're
factual
still the
means-
one being asked.
Floor,
Thank you, Your Honor.
ABB.
Factual means to say it is based on verified facts and information, incidents and information, data.
Could you please clarify the term unverified?
The unverified means to say that the information being given, the basis is not established.
Okay, thank you. Under Section 4
Oy, Alex
of
Victor
news
Espiritu,
sources,
salamat sa support sa VAT
4A,
team.
care must be taken in
Really
selecting news
appreciate
sources
this.
since the credibility of
I
the
really
news
appreciate the
rests
support
upon its
sa
sources.
VAT team and independent
Tama po.
blogging.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, under
Si
4B,
Lorna
only
Navarro,
sources
I
can
am
be attributed to
personally
a source shall be
super
aired.
duper happy.
When the
Lagot
source
ang mga
cannot be
salot.
identified by name,
Badoy at ka
the
Eric
reason for
Celes.
this should be made clear in the news report.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, Arab.
Did the
Okay.
fulfill this?
Based on the
Si Lucille,
discussions and the
1031
presentation this afternoon,
na
nonsense
isno na
and
daw
that
sa
is
kanila
all.
pero
Yes.
naka-tune in pa siya sa VAT
Uh-huh.
channel. Salamat,
And,
salamat.
Section 5, there have been unconfirmed reports pertaining to unconfirmed reports. This has been extensively asked and clarified. Tama po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, may I know what is the liability of the network for violating your code of conduct or code of ethics?
Your Honor, it can range from fine and suspension or expulsion from KBP, Your Honor.
And how is this initiated? And what would be the protocol?
The protocol would be for a complaint to be filed against the network for violation of the provisions of the Code of Ethics, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now,
Okay,
are you aware of,
medyo technical na
FTC
sila sa
memorandum
KBP
circular
rules.
number 01?
I would just like to thank kasi I'm reminded of it ni Alex Victor Espiritu na sumuporta sa VAT team. I would also like to thank Raymond Jeremia sa support sa VAT team and independent blogging, si Ed Erestain, and yung mga recent rin na nag-show support, si Boyet Tablate, Jacob Atibo, si Marie Torres. Thank you po. Thank you very much sa mga comment section. Salamat po.
Broadcasting stations and cable TV stations. And for the information of the general public, the NTC hereby adopts the existing program standards of KBP as set forth in the KBP radio and television codes and in other relevant KBP circulars, including those contained in KBP Circular 06-016, dated 27 February 2006, and hereby reiterates and adopts all the provisions of Memorandum Circular number 11-12-85. All broadcast media and cable TV entities must conform to the above-mentioned guidelines.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, and therefore, all broadcast and TV stations must adhere to your rules and regulations pursuant to this memorandum.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. And therefore, any complaint against the network can be filed for violation of this.
May I make a clarification, Your Honor. In view of a Supreme Court decision, Quiboloy.
Okay, guys,
NTC
after 2 hours, anyway, ulit-ulit na lang. Oy, si Ed Tamayo, thank you Ed for showing support from Hong Kong. Thank you very much for also showing support for independent blogging. Pero malapit na po tayo mag-end kasi kanina po meron rin press con dyan sa COMELEC about the issue of yung action nila sa Smartmatic na pinigil na nila to participate in future elections. I will also have to meet with the VAT team to discuss about that. So thank you very much to everyone and thank you to all of those who joined. Meron pa po tayo, bibigyan ko po kayo ng update dito later on. I will be giving you a summary of what happened kasi nakikita natin ang mangyayari dito either makontempt or makulong ang mga ito or tuluyan ng kasi inamin nila nagkamali talaga sila. They reported and pinalaki pa nila yung issue ng malaking kasinungalingan o either makontempt ito or matanggalan ng franchise or both. Kung ma-survive nila yung action na yan, hindi sila makontempt at hindi sila matanggalan ng franchise, at the very least, matotone down na nila yung mga banat nila. Yun lang. Without that, kasi syempre, Diyos nila si Quiboloy. So kung si Quiboloy mismo ang nagbabayad sa kanila galing sa mga sponsor, sa mga political allies ni Quiboloy, nagbabayad ng 100,000 a month, baka tuloy-tuloy lang yung banat nila. Kawawa rin naman ng mga ito dahil ginagamit lang ng mga naduduling sa pera natin, galing sa atin, kaya kung ano-ano ang ginagawa na kahit labag sa batas. So, we end here dahil meron kwan pa po, ayusin pa natin yung mga ibang issues that also needs attention, issues na pumuputok sa during this week. And for now, thank you very much for watching. At least lumilinaw na yung pagsisinungaling ng mga ito. And we are now beginning to see at sana maging leksyon ito sa kanila. We are now beginning to see na kaano sila they don't love our country. Sa kanila either pera or paninira lang talaga ang ginagawa nila. So thank you very much for watching. For those who joined us for the last 2 hours. And before we end, thank you Edu Tamayo for the support sa VAT team, as well as Alex Victor Espiritu, Lucille 1031, si Bochok, salamat. Sabi niya, this is a comedy program na daw. Tama. Si Sid Alcantara, si Kat Huntilla, and si Keko Kex, of course, the first one to give support to the VAT team. Salamat ng marami. And see you at 7 o'clock. Yung vlog natin is about ayun, pag-usapan pala namin, but it's a date. See you at 7 o'clock, guys, in our next vlog. Mag-rest muna si VAT rin. Kagagaling lang tayo sa airport. Salamat ng marami and buenas tardes a todos.
I agree to that assertion.